Hello class. Last class we discussed about the cell size, cell number and cell shape, right? So today we are going to discuss about the cell structure. So cell structure, in how does the cell structure comes, or how does the cell shape comes? It's because of the cell membrane or plasma membrane, right? So and its nucleus we find, and its cytoplasm. So these are the three major things that we find in the cells. Okay, so these things makes the cell in a complete way. In cytoplasm you will find endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, ribosomes, other things. So we can discuss under the topic of cytoplasms about that one. So today we'll discuss about the plasma membrane. So every eukaryotic cell has three main features. That is, number one, plasma membrane or cell membrane, number two, nucleus, number three, cytoplasm. So plasma membrane is the outer boundary of the cell, which includes the cytoplasm. Various cell organelles are suspended in the cytoplasm. All activities inside the cell and interaction of the cell with its environment are possible due to these features. So due to this plasma membrane or cytoplasm or nucleus, the cell is functional. The cell has function because of these three major things. So let's discuss about the plasma membrane. So you see, the plasma membrane is the outer covering layer. Okay, outer covering layer, which is made up of proteins and lipids. It's about 7 to 10 nanometer thick and can be seen only under microscope. It is selectively permeable. Okay, selectively permeable means it does not allow every other things or every organisms to enter the cell, or every other materials to enter the cell. It only allows which has function for the cell. Okay, so if there is some proteins or lipids coming from the inside, coming from the outside to the inside, then the cell will allow, or cell membrane will allow them to pass and go to the cell. But if there is some nitrogens or other things which is not good for the cell, right, they will not allow the cell, they will not allow that materials or elements to enter into the cell. So because of that, it is called as selectively permeable membrane. And you see that the structure of the plasma membrane is it has two phospholipid bilayer. It is phospholipid bilayer. Bilayer means two layers. One is proteins and one is lipid. Let's see the functions of the plasma membrane. It binds the semi-fluid content of the cell and gives it a definite shape. Number one is bind the semi-fluid, means it holds the cytoplasms, it holds other things, other organelles inside the cell. Okay, because of that, it gives the shape of the structure. And the second point is, it functions as a mechanical barrier, protects cell contents and maintains internal environment of the cell. So this thing, okay, it acts as a mechanical barrier. Barrier means gate, like a gate. It does not allow other things to come. Okay, and it maintains the inside environment. So why does it maintain the inside environment? If there is no gate, what happen? Everything will come, right? Everything will come, everyone will come. So, and it disrupts the environment. Say the school, okay, the school. If there is no like gatekeeper or no gate, what happen? People will come and play, right? And it will disrupt your class. So that way, let's take an example of that way and see the cell condition, right? So it helps in maintaining the boundary and protects the cell. Being selectively permeable, plasma membrane permits only certain substances to pass. So being selectively membrane, it does not allow every substances to cross the cell. Now, chemical presence on the surface of the plasma membrane help in recognition of foreign substance and defend against microbes. So chemical substances which is outside the plasma membrane allows or defends the cell, and it does not allow the microbes to come and enter inside the cell. So how substances move and out of the cells? How? What is the reason that like proteins comes, or what water comes inside the plant, or it goes outside, right? Oxygen comes in and oxygen goes out. How? So let's see. The main function of the plasma membrane is to selectively control the exit and entry of substances inside and outside of the cell. Substances can enter the cell across a plasma membrane by the following process. So, since the plasma membrane holds the cell, right, protects the cell, how does it is able to cross from outside to the inside and from inside to the outside? How? Number one is diffusion. Number two is osmosis. Number three is endocytosis and phagocytosis. Phagocytosis and endocytosis. Now let's talk about the diffusion. Diffusion means what? The process in which a spontaneous movement of particles like gas or liquid from a region of higher concentration to its region of lower concentration is called diffusion. So in diffusion, exchange of gases occurs, okay? Exchange of gases occurs in diffusion. So here it does not, and in diffusion, say you have like higher concentration, so from one place to say class 9 or room, class 9 has two sections, that is AB, right? And in that section A you have 50% and your room is very small, and in section B you have 20%. What happened? In that process you have to move some students, half of us, have 10 or 15 students to the next section or next class, section B, right? So that it will be a balance, or it will be maintained equally. There will be no disturbance among them, right? So that way diffusion occurs, okay? Higher concentration to the lower concentration. Understood? And in osmosis you find osmosis. Osmosis means process of transferring water molecules. Okay, diffusion and osmosis is similar, just that diffusion only occurs in the gas, and in osmosis it occurs in the water. So let's say this osmosis, water concentration from one place, from higher concentration to the lower concentration it goes, so that it maintains the equilibrium. So that is just like a diffusion. The difference is diffusion occurs in the gas and osmosis occurs in the water. So that is all about today, and next class we will discuss about its